Hello everybody and welcome to another one of our training videos. In this particular one we're going to be covering the subject of coaching or being coached. In these our leadership series we've been looking at different skill sets that you need in order to be a great leader. I don't know how many of you are coached, how many of you have thought about being coached, how many of you are being coached. But the one thing that I would say is that coaching is an incredibly valuable and important part that a leader needs to have in order to improve his or her leadership skills. So before we delve into it, my name is Chris Igwe and I have 35 years experience creating, growing and leading teams across mainly 5 markets, but Europe, Middle East and Africa, helping teams to grow successfully in whatever challenge we have been faced with. So, as you look at this video, if you like the content, value what's being said, then share those with us. Let's understand what you like, what you thought, what you think, and subscribe to this channel so you have more information on the previous videos and the new ones coming out as well. Coaching. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what I see as the important aspect of being a coach and being coached. 3 areas which I'm going to explain, which I'll go through in a minute, about the ingredients of a leader being coached and why it's important. How many of you have a favorite sports person? Whether it's tennis maybe, and you're a great fan of Roger Federer, or a great fan of Serena Williams. They have coaches, don't they? They are at the top of their game. They are the best in the world and have been the best in the world for many, many, many years. And even as they get older, they still have coaches. So if top sportsmen like that, whether individual or in a team, have coaches, or even someone who is acting or is an actor, or someone who sings or wants to be a singer, they have coaches as well, don't they? So coaching is not an alien concept. It's actually a very integral concept and should be part of a leader's leadership plan for himself or herself. In other words, whatever your career path, you will need to have a coach. I mean, let's face it, at the end of the day, as a leader, especially where you run a company or a business or a department, it's more difficult to find someone who you can talk to, your peers, but who really understand you, who really see where you want to go. So inevitably, you need somebody from the outside looking over you, looking into what you do, looking at each of your moves, your strokes, whether it's dunking a basketball. Doesn't matter. Coaching is important. So what are the areas that we're going to explore? Well, the first is the fog, as I describe it, the fog. What I mean by that is, as a leader, no matter how good you are, there will come a point where you can't, as we say in English, see the wood for the trees. You can't necessarily see the big picture because you've really got your head down. You're going for this target, this objective, this plan, this strategy. How many of us have time to sit back on the top of a mountain and look over the valley and say, oh, I need to do this, need to do that, need to go there. You need somebody outside who doesn't necessarily have to understand your business, by the way. This is really important. That's not what it's about. It's about you as the leader explaining to the coach what the challenges, issues are. And the coach will then, from his or her perspective, give you their insight into the issue. There may be something that's blocking you. There's something that's preventing you from seeing what it is you need to see. So they are there to help move the fog or help you see through the fog. Maybe you need a laser light, sharp light to help you through to see where it is you want to go. So that's the first one, is they will be there or are there to help you see through the fog. The other one is clarity. And that's different from the fog, because the fog is almost the external area, the external aspects that are preventing you from achieving what you want to do. Clarity is different. Clarity is almost like, what is it that you need to do to get to where you want to get to? So clarity, yes, it could be a goal, it could be an objective, it could be the vision, it could be a strategy, it could be short term, it could be long term. But what the coach allows the leader to do is then to say, okay, I see where you want to get to. Why don't you explain to me the steps that you are putting in place to achieve that? And then I will counter with maybe this, maybe that, what about this, what about that? So they are there to help you put the building blocks together in a very clear manner. So clarity is the second point, really important as to what a coach brings to you. And then the third one is a friend. And I really believe there are some people who say, well, your coach should never be a friend. It should be sort of a transactional relationship. Well, I disagree. Because I think, again, if I go back to the example of top tennis stars, or even in football teams where there have been some great managers, and I've heard of those who are still playing and the managers maybe moved on, and they've been interviewed and they say, he was a great coach because he became a friend. He befriended me. Yes, you can have the hierarchy, but there's still a relationship which is beyond the transactional one. It's beyond the financial one. So having a friend is really important as well. Why? Because as tough as it may be for the coach to tell you what's not working, they will be able to do it in a way where they know when to push, they know when to pull, they know when to give you tough love, and they know when to console you if things have not gone quite the way they should. Let's face it, being a leader, and you might have heard this expression, it's very lonely at the top. Very lonely at the top because nobody necessarily understands you. You try and communicate, people say, yes, yeah, I get it, I understand, but they don't really. So it's helping you as a friend, not only to build you up and encourage you, but to help you through whatever it is you're going through. Because when you start to explore the fog, there can be some tough moments here where you're not sure if you're going in the right direction, where your clarity is maybe not as good as it should be or as sharp as it should be. You'll need someone there not only to give you encouragement, advice maybe, or just support, or even just a listening ear. So as a leader, it's really important that you continue to be coached and you continue to develop and grow that way. Now, I'm privileged to say that over my entire career, I have had and still have coaches that have been phenomenal, some of them world-class or world-renowned in their field. Because I believe that in order to improve, I need to have someone as good as they are telling me and showing me what I need to do. Maybe just to wrap this up, let's be clear, coaching is very different from mentoring or being coached from being mentored. In another video, we'll talk about mentoring, but for right now, it's about coaching specifically, or being coached, or allowing yourself to be coached by other people who are very experienced in what they do. So if this video has spoken to you, or there's aspects that you like, please feel free to comment, share, and also, of course, subscribe to our channel so that you can continue to receive other videos as and when they come out. Thank you.